The End of Oak Street comes in at 85% on the tomato meter, 77 by the audience. It's being heralded as one of the best dinosaur movies that we've seen in a very long time. And indeed, if you saw the trailers, you know that dinos invade a suburban neighborhood and parents try to fight them to protect their kids. Anne Hathaway stars with Ewan McGregor, and it's a movie that has some good concepts in it for sure. The plot synopsis reads, the Platt family bands together to navigate their surroundings after a cosmic event transports their suburban neighborhood to somewhere or someplace unknown. Directed by David Robert Mitchell, who's done movies like It Follows. And as I said, it stars Anne Hathaway, Ewan McGregor, Maisy, Stella, Christian Convery, and Jordan Alexa Davis. And if you saw the trailers, you saw that it looked like it was going to have a kind of like a different take on the dinosaurs, right? They were going to try to be a little bit more serious, a little bit more grounded in like the fact that they have feathers and people are reacting to them in realistic ways. My initial impression of the film is that Anne Hathaway is the best part, and the kid actors are the weakest part for a multitude of reasons. I'm not trying to be a negative here about the overall experience. I came out of it being like, there's some enjoyment to this movie. I can see why people like it, but it's also a silly movie in the sense that, okay, we've got dinosaurs in like the neighborhood, and we're going to try to have some whimsy with it, right? That cars are breaking through the houses. There's some kind of time portals going on that's shifted people back in time. So it's taking some liberties here. It's produced by J.J. Abrams, so they luckily spare some of the mystery box angle to it. Yeah, we don't need an explanation as to the science. We just need to know the setup and the scenario that this particular neighborhood seems to have been sliced out of time and put back into a time where dinosaurs are. The problem is that it falls into the tropes where the kids make foolish mistakes that cost the family dearly, because it's like, my friends are outside, so I'm going to go outside, and, well, of course you're going to get chased by a dinosaur, right? So while it sounds like I'm being really harsh with this criticism about the story, like, there's going to be things that'll just make you go like, ugh. What comes first is that you don't put the family in danger here. We're in a serious situation. Don't do anything stupid like chase after a dog. I know that it feels like it's important to you, but like, it's the right choice is the one that keeps us alive. Remember that scene in Walking Dead, Shane and Rick?
No, man, you take that. You think on it, Rick. Keep struggling with it. It ain't hard, man. The right choice is the one that keeps us alive.
Yeah. So I was thinking about that throughout this. And it's like, okay, every now and then in society, we have these stories that remind us to be kind of like moral guides, right? And for my generation or certain generations, I guess Walking Dead that's their story of like, okay, sometimes when you're thrown into peril, like a zombie apocalypse or dinosaurs in your neighborhood, you've got to be able to focus in on what's important. And the right decision is going to be hard sometimes. This movie doesn't really explore that, though. This movie just allows you to see that characters are making bad decisions, and those bad decisions do have repercussions. It just doesn't have it doesn't take the time to explore that dramatically. And that'll be frustrating for some people, because it's like, it's just there. You got good actors like Anne Hathaway and Ewan McGregor to explore that drama, but it's only surface level, and it feels very flat if you're looking for depth. right? But James, you're just supposed to go into this movie and like turn off your brain and have fun with it because it's dinosaurs in a neighborhood and look, let's have fun. Oh yeah, they're kids. And it's like, okay, well, maybe this is that story for this generation. Okay, your kids, you're going to make stupid decisions that are going to cost your family. So maybe this is their version of what Shane said there in The Walking Dead, right? Sometimes you got to make hard decisions, but the right decision is the one to keep your family alive. I can buy that. And while it's a criticism for me, and it's going to be something that people will look the other way for because there's so much other things in this that are good. As I said, it's got some good ideas. It does take a little bit of time for it to get all set up, but when things get going, trust me, things get going, and yeah, it's enjoyable. That's what I would say. It's totally enjoyable, but you just be aware that there's going to be some things in there that you see that will frustrate you. Shades of The Lost World, Jurassic Park, The Lost World. Oh, you're in a dangerous neighborhood, or you're in a dangerous situation. Things are trying to kill you left and right. Let me put on a headset and listen to some loud music. That kind of thing is going to be in this kind of movie. But it didn't detract from your enjoyment of it, like with Lost World. Yeah, silly, nonsensical stuff happened in Lost World, but I still enjoyed that movie, and I would watch that movie if it was on TV because it's got some really cool stuff. Right, and that's what you're going to be like when you watch The End of Oak Street. Yeah, some silly stuff happens in it, but at the end of the day, you find yourself enjoying parts of it, and most of it is kind of like good. I find myself on board here. So, as I said, Anne Hathaway is the best part of it. She's having a great year here with this movie, Odyssey. I really liked her in Mother Mary. There's some really good stuff here, but at the end of the day, when you think about it, the kid actors were just, I don't know if it was the material. There's a scene towards the end where she's standing with the kids and you can see the difference in caliber between these actors and her. There's a reaction from them. They see something, and Anne Hathaway's performance is just on another level compared to these two, where it's just like, uh, yeah, they're limited, very limited. And as I said, it's going to be a minor thing because there's going to be other things about this film that you will enjoy, and I think that's corroborated by what people are saying over on the tomato meter here. 85% here. Critics, Sight and Sound. The film espouses bedrock values, but not the selfishness that is too often a feature of My Family Must Survive pictures. What? So I guess he's sort of talking about like doomsday scenarios, zombie apocalypse, and Walking Dead. Audience reviews, Edge, exciting edge of seat kind of film. It was entertaining. It was amazing. Well, let's go to some notable critics here. Dan Merrill. It feels like it walks up to the edge, then backs away, which may be more of a crowd-pleasing approach, but I was ready to jump into the abyss with it. Yeah, they do pull some punches here, because it does get graphic and gory, and if they took that route, it would be a different tone and narrative and a different experience. But they pull back a bit with some whimsy, and that's sort of what I'm talking about, where people will be like, you're either on board with it or you're not. And when I mean whimsy, really whimsical, really like, really, you're doing that with those dinosaurs? If you know what I'm talking about. They'll have big audience reactions to certain things in here. And I think that's going to be paying off for some. But you got to call it a spade right here. And Dan, I think that's what Dan Merle is trying to do here with his little synopsis. But some critics who also didn't like it. At only 99 minutes, the film is fast-paced and suspenseful with a couple of plot twists that almost make up for the film's drawbacks. almost, but not quite. So some people are saying, no, that's a little too much for me, or that's not quite working for me. And you'll see what I'm talking about when you watch the movie. Well, my points about the acting, about some of the pacing, some of the tonal shifts are so quick and abrupt that something serious happens and then we follow it up by a joke. It's going to be that kind of thing, right? The end of Oak Street might be a wild adventure, but is an uneven one, a masquerading spectacle that leaves you feeling empty. No, I don't think it makes you feeling empty. But as I said, there's some things in here that are really cool and really good ideas, and it should have some big dramatic payoffs towards the end. It's just not executed, perhaps the most effectively. That's what I would say. Um, some other fans here. Highly entertaining. I enjoyed the story and the acting. Really, you enjoyed the acting, Dave B? I'm highly dubious about that one. Patty C. This movie is mid. Cool concept, but not wasn't a fan of the execution. Okay, well, sort of echoing there my sentiments. So just know that there's going to be some things in here that you may not totally agree with. And people will be saying that this is the best dinosaur movie since Jurassic Park, the first Jurassic Park movie. Well, I like some of the Jurassic World movies. I think I'm an apologist for Fallen Kingdom. But there are other dinosaur movies out there that have come since Jurassic Park that are awesome. And just to be a reminder here that King Kong came out in 2005, and I think the T-Rex scene in that was a standout for a lot of people. So don't get too sucked into some people's claims out there about it being the best, but I enjoyed it. So overall, let's go to my score sheet for The End of Oak Street. Acting, directing, story are a possible 2 points each. I think you see where I'm going with that. It's Anne Hathaway was good, but the kids pulled it back from being a full 2 points. The technical aspects of it were handled fairly well, but there was some execution of the story in there and the tonal shifts. It was just missing something that I couldn't bump it up all the way. Cinematography, I guess maybe I could have given a full point too. Maybe. But it's got some really weird CGI in it at times too. So the score, what is this? This is Giacchino, right? It served the movie, but it's nothing that I'll want to listen to on its own. Watchability factor, if you like dinosaurs, if you like this concept, you'll want to watch it at least once. It's out of 2 possible points. And maybe you'll want to watch it again just because you thought that you liked it as much as you did, and now you want to confirm it. 7 out of 10. It's about right for The End of Oak Street. That's where I land. 7 out of 10. I don't feel that bad about it. But let me know what you guys thought. 7 out of 10 for The End of Oak Street. I'm not quite up there with the critics, 85%. A little lower than what the audience said, but let me know your thoughts in the comments below, and we will talk about it. You're watching Mirror Domains.